Today we're making homemade basic semolina pasta. Semolina is a hard winter wheat. It's called durum wheat. And if you look at it, it is like sand compared to all-purpose flour, which is a powder. So the ingredients are going to be semolina, eggs, maybe a little bit of water, and we're using the all-purpose flour for dusting. This is wheat pasta, so you can use all-purpose flour, you could use bread flour, double O pizza flour, can mix and match. The ratio is normally, if everything goes according to plan, 100 grams of flour to 1 egg. So I'm weighing out 400 grams of semolina flour. So now we're pouring the flour out. We make a little well in the middle where the eggs go. And I'm going to use 4 eggs for now, can always add. And now I'm mixing it up, breaking up the eggs and mixing it with a little bit of the flour. We have water on standby, just in case it's too dry, then we add a little bit of water. We're going to use a pasta machine, so we're not adding any salt to the pasta. But you could add salt, you could add garlic powder if you want a flavor, you could add spinach leaves. Some people add tomato paste, that's what makes the red pasta. What we want is a cohesive dough, almost like a cake dough, a bread dough. This seems a little dry to me, so I'm very likely going to add a little bit of water to it. Durum wheat and semolina is the same thing as a hard winter wheat. There's 2 wheat harvests. One is a summer wheat. That's what all-purpose flour and other flours are from. Semolina is a hard, it's a hard wheat. It takes colder temperatures, so it's more a northern dish. They have it, they grow it, and they use it. I'm adding just a little bit of water. It seems a little dry to me, so a little bit of water. So it's now done. It's a little sticky, if you hear it. So we're using some of the all-purpose flour to dust it. We don't want it sticking. And we also brush some of the all-purpose flour on top. Just a little bit to stop it from sticking. So now it's not sticking at all. Now we're wrapping it in plastic foil, and it has to rest for about half an hour. You can see that it's a little craggy while it's resting. It's going to smooth out a little bit and become a little bit more silky. So we're wrapping it in cling wrap. And you can either rest it in the fridge or you can just leave it on the counter. I'm gonna leave mine on the counter and be done with it. It's smoother. It also has a silky, kind of almost leathery feel. Just a little piece, yeah. And it's not sticky at all. If it is sticky, add a little bit more all-purpose flour. On the widest setting on my pasta machine, widest setting is 1. Do it a couple of times. You fold it because it also kneads the pasta while it's stretching it. The machine does some of the kneading by squishing it into shape. And you can do it as often as you want. I'm going to do it one more time. And then we're going to go down to a smaller setting. And each time it goes through the machine on a smaller setting, it gets a bit longer and a little bit thinner. Okay. We're now on size number 5, which is a relatively thin, as you can see, pasta. And you can fold it and lay it on top. And the rest just doesn't change. And now we're cutting it, put on an attachment, and now we're cutting it into strips. See? Strips. Linguine size. So this is what we're doing. We're hanging it up to dry for about 20 minutes, and then we can cook it. There they go. Spread them out a little bit, and there they can dry. Now I'm putting the linguine in the boiling water. I'm going to turn it up a little bit more so that it agitates a bit more. Just like dumplings, linguine and the other pastas are done when they float to the top.